I think I found my favorite Christmas book of the year. Fake Dating Enemies to Lovers. Yes! Hey everyone, my name's Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today I wanted to talk to you about Faking Christmas by Cindy Steele. I had talked about the series that this book is part of. It's called the Christmas Escape series in one of my other videos. If you haven't seen it, it's my Christmas TBR recommendations. I'll link it up above. Basically, I talked about this series because it is a bunch of Christmas books, but they're all done by different authors. And I hadn't read any of the books in it before. This was my very first one. And if all of the rest of them are as good as this one was, I'm going to be reading all of them. As you can probably tell from the title, Faking Christmas is a fake dating trope at Christmastime. It is about a girl named Olive who is a teacher at a high school. She has a nemesis who is the other English teacher at her school. His name is Miles Taylor. They really do not get along at all. She cannot stand him. And she thinks she is going to get a break for 2 weeks during her Christmas vacation when she is going up to a little tiny Christmas farm type village. She had planned this trip with her family because she didn't really want to go home for the holidays because her father passed away last year and she didn't want to spend the time at her parents' old home with her mother and her mother's new husband. So when her friend at school tells her about this Christmas village getaway vacation, she books it for everyone as a way to escape and live alone in a cabin and not have anybody bother her. But her family had other plans, and when they decided to tell her that they invited her ex-boyfriend, she tells them that that was a bad idea because she's dating somebody, and she's dating Miles, the teacher at school that she hates. What she wasn't expecting was to show up at this Christmas village to find out that it's run by Miles's family and Miles is going to be there. You guys, I loved this book so much. It was so cute. I am not kidding when I say I think it was my favorite Christmas book of the year. I don't know if I can top this one this year. I loved it. For sure, in my book, this book was 5 stars. Not only did it have Christmas vibes, but it had real story. It was long enough for me. It wasn't a short story. It was a real, full-length novel. And the enemies to lovers was so good. The banter was so good. The fake dating was, it was just so good. I legit read it in 24 hours. I could not stop reading this book. And it was exactly what I wanted out of a Christmas book. Now, this is a sweet Christmas romance, so there is no spice in it. There are some steamy scenes. There's a lot of tension, a lot of back and forth comments, but no spice. I will also tell you this. So the main character, the male main character's name is Miles Taylor. I said Miles Teller in my mind every single time that I read his name, and she says it. She doesn't just say Miles. She says Miles Taylor. And I swear to you, I swear Cindy did this on purpose. I think she had Miles Teller in her mind when she was writing this book, and she wanted us all to say Miles Teller, and it is, in my head, it's Miles Teller. Now, she did say that he looked like a young Bradley Cooper, that was his comparison. So she didn't say Miles Teller, but I think if she had said that, it would have drawn way too much attention to the fact that his name was basically the same. So every single time I read his name, it was Miles Teller. And I could almost see his personality in the character too. The quirky, confident, funny, sexy, that type of character. So if you have been obsessed with Top Gun this year, or you just love Miles Teller in general, read this book. Now, again, I have always been very honest in warning you if I think that there are some themes or situations in these holiday books that I think might be sensitive for some people. So I would advise you to check the trigger warnings. They are in the beginning of the book. This book does deal with the loss of a parent in the past, holidays around that time, having family changing and growing. It does deal with other deaths. I'm not going to get into what they are because I think that will be a little bit of a spoiler, so I don't want to say that. But it is something to definitely look into if that is sensitive for you at this time. I'm going to have to go look and see what else Cindy has written because I loved her banter. I loved it. I loved her characters. I loved Olive too. The side characters were also great, but it didn't focus so much on them. It was very much focused on the main characters, and they were there for like little oomph here and there, but I really liked getting to know the main characters. The little bits of Christmas cheer were also fun, but they were not overwhelming. So it was a great Christmas book in the fact that it puts you into the season, it puts you into the little gingerbread house and the snow and, all the stuff, but it wasn't like I'm vomiting Christmas on you. I really hope you go pick this book up, and I hope you love it as much as I loved it. It is available on Kindle Unlimited, but I will put the link for the physical copy in the description below. And now I'm off to check out all the rest of the ones in this series. Thanks for chatting today. Don't forget, you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Fun Size Reader. See you guys next time.